Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome back from break. Good to see everyone. I know people are joining from the breakout rooms and coming back from your rest and rejuvenation. All right, so I'd love to hear from a few of you. We're going to do maybe a little recap from and what stood out for people from this morning. We had some pretty extraordinary stuff. For anyone who's just joining us now and you weren't here this morning, there was a switcheroo in the speakers. If you weren't here this morning and you're disappointed that you missed Master Shah, you didn't, because just shortly, less than an hour before the conference started, we found out that Master Shah had an emergency come up and couldn't speak. So Ann Gordon and Dr. Caitlin Connor rallied and kind of switched around their spots and both presented this morning, and Master Shah will be presenting tomorrow and getting his award and presenting tomorrow morning instead. So so if you are disappointed about missing him, you didn't, and as long as you got the VIP package, you'll get the recordings of all of that. So Shree's asking about the Savvy Soulpreneur Solution software. I can tell you a little bit about that in a sec. But are you guys, let me know in the chat. You're back. Are you rested? Are you ready? You're ready for an amazing afternoon with the incredible Art Geiser and Juliana Lilly, Donna Eden and David Feinstein, and Antonia Becker and Greg Lee. We have a really wonderful lineup. So remember, this morning we talked about the 4 pillars, right? Of energy, healing, sustainability. Like these in for our field to continue to grow and for us to get that renaissance that we're going for, all of those things are necessary, right? The education, the passing on of this sort of new ancient wisdom as different forms of education and certification, and the legal and regulatory side, which you're going to hear more about in the next couple of days. And then there's the research side, which we had an amazing president who was like really impressed with the level of energy healing research actually already exists in the world from Dr. Caitlin Connor's presentation. Wasn't that pretty extraordinary to understand like how much research is out there and how much more is needed? And you will be hearing tomorrow morning from Gail Jett, who's going to actually help you understand how case studies are part of research and how you as an energy healing practitioner can actually contribute case studies to ongoing research, which is pretty exciting. Originally, she was going to be speaking right after Caitlin Connor, but we had to move that around. And then the healing, the business of healing, right? That last pillar is so critical. For how many of you is that the place where you get the most stuck? The business side of things. So let me know in the chat. If that's, raise your hand or let me know in the chat. It's like, how many of you is it, gosh, you just don't know how to talk to people about what you do in a way that's effective, right? For how many of you, excuse me, is that a big part of where you get stuck, right? Not knowing how to put yourself out there. How do you talk about it in a way that people get it and don't just think it's weird or it's too much? How many of you have ever had someone ask about what you do and then you end up going like, and you bombard them with information and then they're just like, whoa, who's ever had that experience? Let me know in the chat. Right? So Sue's saying the business side is paralyzing to me. Business side is where I get stuck. And this is why, like I said, my mission is healing the business of healing. That's what I'm here to do. I got real clear on that in the last few years. That's why I'm here on the planet. I'm going to be 60 later this month, and it took me almost that till I get, but that's what I'm here for. I'm here to heal the business of healing. And so that's why I want to actually, before we move on to our next speaker, I want to share a little bit about that with you guys because it is such a critical piece. Okay, so I want you to imagine, just imagine that when someone, I was saying I didn't know the business side would be so much of a struggle. Yeah, for how many of you was that a surprise? It was a surprise that the business part is as hard as it is. It's like, ugh. I just want to help people, right? I just want to help people. Why is it so hard? Okay. So I want you to imagine for a moment that it wasn't hard. Imagine if, and just really might want to just close your eyes, right? Imagine if someone needs your help or could use your help, and they express some interest, and you didn't get that in the throat. Instead, you just knew how to have a very simple, relaxed, easy conversation with them. Imagine if you knew what to ask them. And I'm going to tell you guys, so this is sales, okay? Just to be clear, it's the S word, sales. Okay. And this is my expertise, heart-centered, soulful sales that actually feels good. A sales conversation can feel as connected, as like juicy, as compassionate, and as healing as your healing work. That's what's possible. Okay. Who thinks that sounds impossible? I promise you it can be. Okay. So imagine if you knew not so much what to say, but what to ask, like if you knew how to engage with people to find out what they're interested in, and so that had them open up and they're just really sharing with you what it is that they want, what it is they're struggling with. And then you knew how to kind of work with that and help them understand the power of what you could do for them so that they're just kind of leaning in and interested. Imagine for a moment what that feels like. Where it's not scary. You don't feel pushy. You don't feel fake. You just feel authentically connected, heart to heart with the other person. And you're just coming together. All right. So who likes that feeling? Let me know in the chat. Like, ooh, I like that. That's how I want it to be. How can it be that way? Let me know. I want to make sure this is what you guys want. Since that's totally as possible. And I love that. I love that. All right. So that is why I do what I do. Okay. It's a big part of why we created this conference, to work on all of the pillars, right? And in particular, that's in the area where I'm called to contribute, right? Some are clearly, Caitlin Connor is called to contribute around research and as a healer, right? I'm called to contribute as a healer and healing the business of healing. And that is why I do a training. I do a 3-day event. This is coming up in May, that is exclusively and only for energy healers, okay? And it is designed to help you actually break past all of that stuckness, all of that fear, all of that, no, I don't know what to say, I don't know what to do, when people are interested in your work. And it is called SOLD, spelled SOULD, SOLD, the Heart and Soul of Sales for Healers. Quite a few people here have been to this event and could tell you like how absolutely transformational it is. I wanted to just do a quick mention of it now before we get on to talking with the amazing Art Geyser, because I do have a special offer for that for you. It is normally $97 to attend the SOLD, the Heart and Soul of Sales for Healers online event. But because you're here at the conference, it is $50 off. And it's only $47. So if you were thinking, and you can look at it later, that price will be good through this conference. So if you're not quite ready, you're not sure if that's for you, you still might want to go check it out. But I wanted to let you know it's only $47 because you're here at the conference. If you decide to join me there in a little over a month for an absolutely transformational experience. And I will mention one other thing. If you choose to come to the SOLD event, one of the many things that you will get there is actually a present from me. So this cute little big bag. So this is a present from me from one healer to another, full of really beautiful and wonderful healer gifts. People who have gotten this. It's not, sometimes it's an event and they send you a box and it's just a bunch of crap. This is stuff people use every single day. So I wanted to let you know about that as well. All right. Let's move on. And I would love to hear from one or two or three or more people. What was your biggest nugget? What was your, like, what kind of was like, wow, this morning? Is it something about the research, something about who was kind of blown away by AOScan if you weren't familiar with it before, right? So does anyone have something to share about that or a question about any of those? Because I really want to take this a little bit of time to do a little bit of recap before we jump in. The research and AOScan. Yeah, I'm completely blown away. And here's what I want you to know is Lauren just like scratched the surface. Scratch the surface of what's possible with the AO scan. It's so extraordinary. I always have mine like right here. I use it for myself. I use it for my family. I use it for clients. You know, I can have a client like have like an emergency. Hey, can you do this for me? And I'm like, I can't. I'm not available. But if they're an AO scan client, I'm like, no worries. And in like about 10 seconds, boom, I'm sending them healing frequencies. And I can continue doing what I was doing. Who likes the sound of that? Right? So it is truly, truly, truly a life-changing. And Julie, okay, great. So for those of you, and I do want to say a couple things about the VIP because there's been some questions coming through. Okay, so the VIP option is now 97. So it was 77 until 3, and that was a timer, and now it's 97. It's only $20 difference. So don't get your tail in a knot if you're like, oh, I didn't do it in time. It's still an amazing deal. But a couple of people have been like, hey, where's the VIP section? Or how do I log in? There is no VIP like special login or anything for anything during the conference. Once the conference is over, like on Thursday, you're going to get, if you've signed up for the VIIIP, okay, then you will get a link to the special page where all of our featured practitioners are listed, and you will have for 10 days from April 6th through April 15th, you will be able to schedule 20-minute sample energy healing sessions from as many of those practitioners as you want. Okay, so amazing, right? But we're not, excuse me, we're not sending that out until Thursday because the featured practitioners are here and they want to be part of the conference, and you're here and you want to be part of the conference. So that will be happening afterwards. You'll also get your invitation to activate your 2-month free trial of the Savvy Soulpreneur solution, that software suite, right after the conference. We don't want you distracted with that. We want you here. Okay. So there's no like VIP thing that you're missing. And all of that will be starting when the conference has concluded.